Taking on Chess Ultra Challenges, Mate in 5, Problem 9. This was a very, very tough problem. It's going to involve these knights here eventually, but we have to keep this king kind of walled off. However, we don't want to stalemate. If you'll notice, pretty much every square except for this one is covered. Okay, the square is not covered here. We're going to start out with the king. We're going to move our bishop into position, and then we're going to get the knights going. So how does that look? We're going to play king here, forcing the king to the only square. Now, of course, the king has this square available, so we're going to move our king over again. Idea is to block the king from escaping to the side, right? Okay. Now we want the king to move back to that same square, so we're simply just going to move the bishop back to here. We don't want to move to the other end of the board because there's some stuff we want to do with our knights, and that would block it, so we want to keep as much space as possible. Pull the bishop back. Okay. Now for the super tricky part. We need to lock on our knights. Remember, this is the only position available for the king to go. We're going to start with this knight here. We're going to deliver a check. Okay, what does that knight do? That knight happens to cover this square, which is good because we got this square covered, this square covered. We now have this square covered too, okay? And what we need to do is deliver a check. It's going to be with this knight here. If you'll notice, both knights will lock up. This will protect this knight, and it will also solve the problem for checkmate. Definitely one of the harder ones that I've had to do here.